So if you're trying to write copy that converts for your store, there is a specific formula that you can follow. And this formula, it's not just for copywriting, it's also for conversion optimization as a whole. But I'm also going to show you how you can take this formula and then apply it to copywriting specifically. And then I'm going to show you an example of really good copy of a multi eight-figure brand. They're doing millions of dollars a year, and they're using every single one of these elements in their copywriting. So the formula, it's this one right here. So this is the formula. It's conversion equals 4m plus 3v plus all of that. So it's not actually math. You're not actually going to be plugging in numbers and trying to solve this equation, but it's a good way to visualize the idea. So basically, the numbers here, they signify a priority of these different factors. So 4 is the highest, then 3, then 2, etc. So I'm going to go over each part. So M here stands for motivation, and basically this is the highest priority. This is the biggest lever or the biggest factor that can affect conversions when it comes to writing copy for your store. And so, like I said, this is the highest priority. You want to identify the primary motivators. So why are people visiting your store? What are they looking for? What pain points do they have? And so for any audience really, so this could be like environmental concerns. So if you're selling like there's eco-friendly skincare products, for example, or natural skincare products, there's people who don't want to use like chemicals in skincare products. So that's a motivator. That's something that motivates them. And you want to emphasize that in your copy as much as possible. So that's the most important part of the equation. The second part of it is value. So this is also called a value proposition. Pretty sure you hear that a lot. And just to clarify, a value proposition is just a reason to buy. It's a fancy way of saying that you are communicating the reason to buy. So clearly communicate the worth of the product through persuasive language and unique selling points, basically highlighting what makes you different from the competition. Why should people pay attention to you? Why should they buy from you instead of your competition? And you want to make sure that the customers understand the benefits and how your product stands out, because right now we're at a stage where it's pretty much everything has been done. Every single product idea has been done. So the only differentiating factor is basically how do you present yourself, and can you convince people that you are actually different from others. And so the next one here, it's sort of a mix or a compound where basically you are using incentive minus friction. And so incentives are things like discounts, free shipping, you want to encourage purchases. And friction is anything that creates friction for the user. So for example, if the checkout process is not seamless, if there's broken buttons, if the form doesn't submit properly, those are all points of friction that you want to solve. And the last one is anxiety. And you want to be reducing that, as you can see indicated by the minus. You want to address their concerns. And that's done through not just FAQs, which is something I see a lot of stores do, is they focus on addressing customer concerns through FAQs only. You want to do it throughout the entire copy, throughout the entire page. So, any kind of secure payment options, positive reviews, anything that reduces hesitation. So now that you have a basic understanding of this conversion formula, I'm going to show you a really great example. So this is Prepared Hero, and this is I believe a multi eight-figure brand. They're doing a lot. I mean, they have 1.8 million reviews. Sorry, 1.5 million reviews. So they must be doing a lot. So I'm going to go over just some of the copy on this page and highlight the different aspects of the formula being applied to this page. So first of all, we get the headline, sorry, fire captain approved. So here we have something of what's called anxiety. So here we are addressing anxiety basically, because people want to make sure that this product they're buying, that it's actually something that's going to help them, that it will actually help them. Emergency fire blanket stops fire in its tracks. That is motivation. and a little bit of anxiety, because people want to get something. They are motivated to get something that will help them prevent a massive fire in their house, but also they have this anxiety that is it actually going to stop it completely. And so this kind of answers both. It's more motivation, a little bit of anxiety. Here we have the subheadline, which is "Feel prepared and stay calm with our full suite of emergency preparedness solutions." So this is 100% just motivation, because I see the motivation like, okay, people who buy this, they want to feel prepared. And by extension, they will stay calm during an emergency because they are prepared. So this is just full motivation, which is great. We also have reviews here. How many reviews? 1.5 million, trusted by 1.5 million American families. I like the American families, and it's not just like, oh, customers, or we have this many reviews. American families sounds, because a family is composed of more people, because you're not a family of one. So 1.5 million, this could be like 3 million people for all we know. So it sort of magnifies the effect of this. This plays a role on anxiety. So people who see this, they might be like, okay, well, I understand the product. Does it work? Okay, 1.5 million American families, I guess it does. And these 3 bullet points, I am 100% sure that they did a lot of research to find these. I'm guessing they did a lot of message mining. They did some surveys, and they found that these were like the 3 most common used phrases in customer messaging. So it says compact and easily stored, no messy cleanup, and reusable, no expiry. And this falls under motivation and the incentive, both of them. Now, I really like the CTA, because a typical e-commerce or direct-to-consumer CTA would be like shop now, or shop best sellers, or get yours today. Here it says get prepared today. Okay, get prepared today. So it has motivation baked in, because the people who are on this, they want to be prepared. And it's just telling them, hey, get prepared today. There's motivation, and there's also an incentive. And incentives can also be like urgency and scarcity. That also works. And so today is an urgency word. Below that, right below that, says try it risk-free with our 30-day hero guarantee. And so this is just on anxiety, and not just on anxiety, a little bit of friction, because friction might be people are worried that this product might not be good. And so this handles that. It tells, hey, you got 30 days to try it. It's risk-free. Right below that, we have a testimonial. Again, this is on anxiety. Is this recommended? Does it work? Below that, we have some more social proof. Again, a lot on anxiety, because the motivation has already been addressed. So everything afterwards, and just an extra point, the motivation should always be addressed as top of the page as possible, as far above the fold as possible. Everything else can be addressed below that, but the motivation must 100% be addressed above the fold. And now we have some more, I guess, social proof. Number 1 rated must-have emergency fire blanket. I like they use must-have. A lot of bullet points here: resistant, prevents. So these bullet points, here's the thing also. Friction is not just about user experience and UX and all that stuff. Friction is about how well the copy reads. So is it boring? This is not boring copy. If you read it, it's very conversational. It's informal almost, and they're just talking to you. You want to avoid friction by not having sort of corporate speak copy where it's like, here at Prepared Hero, we are proud to announce, none of that stuff, because people don't read that. People get bored by that. One last thing I would like to add is very interesting. It's the way they phrase the FAQs. So instead of just saying, hey, these are the questions that we think you have, and here are the answers, they actually sort of package them as if they are like questions from their customers. I'm sure they are questions from their customers, but that's the way they packaged it. And they say like, Jessica from Tampa asks, how long is this shipping? Next question is from Amy. Ryan from Boston, Liz from Frankfurt emails and says, it's very interesting the way they did questions here, because they're saying, hey, look, these are the common questions, and these are actual people who have asked them, and here are the answers. And so that's the conversion formula. I hope you found this helpful.